Hi, this is Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer to the rescue. I don't know what I was yelling about. I guess I'm just so excited to be here today. And actually I am. It's pretty exciting. Now my voice is a little hoarse. I'm fine. But I don't know if it's the weather. It's the springtime and the whatever. But the springtime, we'll take it. It's always nice to come in and be able to share with you. And thank Logan Street Signs and Banners for being one of our very dedicated sponsors. And we also have a new sponsor, did we say? Bold and Sassy Salon. And Brenda is available for you to reach out. You got a couple of phone numbers there, Brenda and Donna. So hopefully, and you know what? Actually, we won't show you Jim's hair, but it's the only official hair cutting place of Jim Wofford. Weren't you the Grand Marshal a couple of years ago in the Christmas?
Yeah. And he cut my hair for that, too.
And he cut his hair for that, too. So he only gets it cut, like, what, once a month? Once a year? Once a month. But anyway, check out Brenda and Donna there at Bold and Sassy. And if you mention that you got this information from Jim or from my show, you will actually get, what, 10% off?
Yeah, just tell me what you
All right.
off.
You do want to call Brenda Hildebrandt at 317-501-0572. So there we go. We plugged it.
Cool.
It's good. We got to remember to do that again.
Paid our bills.
Paying our bills. But today we thanked Logan Street Signs and Banners. It's always a wonderful thing to come in here. This is what's going on at Bethel Lutheran Church.
Yep.
In the month of, what is it? April?
April.
But we always, obviously there's lots going on.
Sure.
We're here with Pastor Al Schoonover. Did I say it right?
Shoot.
Schoonover. I don't think I've ever said it to your face. I think it's always been behind your back. Obviously,
Well,
I didn't
and
say it
usually
right.
to my face it's a lot worse. Other phrases.
Schoonover. I like that actually better than the other. And Pastor Al, it's good to have you. Thank you. Always kind of silly. Lots of stuff going on at Bethel.
It is.
But, you know, I'm just going to turn it over to you since my voice is a little bit squeaky and hoarse. First of all, you've been at Bethel now. I was guessing a lot less than, you've been there how long?
18 months.
18 months.
Yep.
Goes fast.
It's gone
doesn't it?
very fast. And I want to thank everybody for the mild winter we've had coming
You're
from
very
California.
welcome.
This has been nice, not having 8 feet of snow or lots of ice to deal
Don't
with.
say that. I don't think it could happen.
It still could, but
we're not going to go
probably
there.
not. No.
We're not going to go there. But you've been at Bethel for 18 months now. You came from California.
Came from California, though we have roots in the Midwest. My wife was born and raised in Valparaiso. I was born and raised outside of Chicago. So it's a muscle memory of being here in the
Yeah.
Midwest and glad to be back. Different culture, certainly different community, different climate. So
Right, that
it's all
would be
good.
my biggest thing. But we are I know Bethel's very happy that you're here. And like I said, 18 months has gone by already. So you were in California and you pastored churches there?
Pastored churches there. Started out as a hospital chaplain at the very beginning of my ministry. The last century, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then solo pastor, staff pastor in 5 different congregations.
Wow.
Realized the vacancies that were available were all out here. So, okay, we'll go east. Instead of going west, we'll go east.
And
it's worked out
the
very
rest of the story goes that you ended up at Bethel.
Yep.
And you have, your family is?
My wife, Karen, and we have 2 daughters, a 20-year-old named Abby and a 10-year-old named Amy. So Karen's teaching in Westfield School District, and Amy's at Stony Creek here in Noblesville. So it's a nice place to be. We like living here in Noblesville, like school districts. So
It is a good place to be, I think, Noblesville. Well, where is Bethel, though?
Bethel is actually a little north of Noblesville. It's about halfway or so between Noblesville and Cicero, north on Cumberland Avenue, 206th Street. So
Yeah, you
little
just go
cornfield.
straight out on Cumberland, and you come up to the corner there where 206 and Cumberland meet, and there it is. And at certain times of day, it's unbelievable because the lights look so pretty through the steeple and everything. Well, I know that we've already set 18 months. So what's your job?
Sure.
That might be the next thing to say. How did you?
A little bit of everything, and I appreciate that because sometimes you go into a staff situation as this is the hole you have to fit into or the box you have to fit into, and there's not been that at all. Pastor Doug and the staff there have been great to say, well, what are your strengths? What are your interests? Let's plug you in according to that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's shared worship leadership. There's shared visitation, certainly. I would say I'm primarily involved with what I'd call spiritual formation, so a lot of Christian education kinds of
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Supporting Chris certainly does a great job with the kids, and Joe too, so I don't have to backfill there particularly, but more with the older kids, college career, older kids, and then of course adults. And then the other piece I would probably be also primarily involved in would be reaching out to folks who aren't quite sure about church and faith yet. And so as they begin to check us out and we try to make connections into the community, try to make that a lot closer than seemingly farther apart. I think Bethel's got a really good reputation in the community, so that's easy, not having to fight, who's Bethel, what's Bethel, ooh, they're Bethel, yuck. It's really pretty nice, so it's easy to build on that.
Well, I know we always talk about that there's all these activities going on, and it's always, you don't have to be a member. Just come check us out. I think that's what that's how we ended up. I think my son was in, he's now almost 28 years old, but when he was in elementary school, whatever, he went to the VBS, I think, with a neighbor boy, and that's how we ended up with Bethel.
Well, whether it's the preschool or the VBS kind of stuff or the food pantry, anything happening at church, really, you can be involved with or participate in without being a member, other than the governing board, and you probably don't want to be on the governing board. So
I've been there. It's not going to say it's bad.
It's not bad. It's for
but it is.
Certain people, certain folk. So otherwise, there's nothing happening that other folks can't be involved in. So that's really nice, because sometimes churches do put off that vibe of, well, we don't really want you here unless you really fit our mold or fit our box, and that's not bad.
I don't think it's on our script, but I almost can tell you every month. We always, whether it's Leanne, because we've had Leanne, Joe, we've had Chris, Pastor Doug. You've been here when you first
got here
18 months ago. Unbelievable. But it's something that comes up. We always say, just feel free to come out and check us out. We've got a lot of opportunities. So with that said,
nice segue.
I was going to say thank you. Good job. Well, you know what? Before we go too far, your email is what? It's actually
Pastor Al at BethelLutheranChurch.com. Pretty easy.
Okay. And I don't know if we have the phone number, but 773-4315. 317-773-4315. There it is. 43, not 46. It's up there. 46 is wrong. Don't look at that. 46 is wrong. It's 4315. Correct? We'll get that graphic corrected. But it's anyway. Check out Pastor Al.
And check out the webpage itself, BethelLutheranChurch.com.
And
Lots
I guess
of good stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, everything that we usually talk about in these shows are going to be on there, or at least a connection that you could email somebody or call would be great. There it is. It's corrected. Yay, I knew he'd do it. BethelLutheranChurch.com too. Okay, so what's going on? It's April already. 2017.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, the year's a quarter over. A big thing right now, of course, is gearing up for Easter. And so we've got our last bit of our Lenten preparation happening this week, with some midweek stuff happening Wednesday night, and of course Sunday morning, Saturday night too, and Sunday morning being Palm Sunday weekend. Lots of big focus with that.
This is this weekend already. Yeah. I was going to say, if people don't know, April 16th is Easter, right? So that's 2 weekends.
Yep.
And now, depending on when you're seeing this, but that's a late Easter.
It is. Probably almost as late as it can be, which has been nice from the planning side of things, but strange from the experiencing side of things.
Yeah, kind of. You know what? Before we go too far, just we're going to talk about Easter, but on a regular basis, what are the services?
Sure, we've got 4 on a weekend, so depending on life and availability, feel free to come. Saturday night, very casual kind of service, lots of blue jeans, lots of flannel or casual kind of clothes.
Casual, definitely.
Yep. 5:30 Saturday, kind of a country gospel vibe, or I guess the other word I might use would be kind of a mellow vibe. And then traditional service at 8 o'clock with kind of smells and bells and higher liturgy, robes, 8 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then 9:30 on Sunday is a very kind of blended service, a little bit of everything. And then 11 o'clock contemporary service on Sunday. So between 8, 9:30, and 11, lots of options on Sunday morning, with Sunday school at that middle hour as well, 9:30. or Saturday night too.
And there's usually fellowship at what time is that?
About 9 o'clock, although there's something happening often for coffee after each of the services.
There's a good chance they're going to have food if you come to Bethel.
If you're Lutheran or even not Lutheran, food's
Yes.
often involved.
Yes, food is often. Okay, so I didn't mean to get away from Easter because that's the big thing. You were talking about the services, so that made me
Sure.
think. Okay, so go again. Tell us what you're looking at for
Sure.
Easter services.
Well, and this weekend will be Palm Sunday,
Sunday.
and that's a regular service kind of schedule altogether. And then after that, kind of things change.
Because next week is
Next week's Holy Week,
Holy
and
Week.
so there are lots of extra things happening to celebrate the week. So starting on Thursday night, we've got a special service at 7 o'clock to celebrate and focus on the events of kind of Jesus' last meal with his friends, and it's opportunity for First Communion for some of our young people. And then services at noon and 7 o'clock on, 12:15 and 7 o'clock on Good Friday.
Good Friday. Okay.
The 12:15 service will be outside, weather permitting, hopefully better weather than we've got today. But outside, we've got a trail along the back part of our campus there, the Peace Trail.
Peace Trail.
And so we've put different posts along the way that represent the 14 different stations of the cross, the 14 different final experiences of Jesus from the time that he finishes his trial there with the authorities to his crucifixion and burial. And so we'll just stop along the way at each of those different stations, have some prayer time, some meditation time, some scripture time, talking about those different experiences and kind of what they mean for us as people of faith. So it'll be outside, weather permitting, or we'll do it in a modified way inside if it's not good weather at 12:15. And then evening service at 7 o'clock in the sanctuary, and a kind of a more somber, quiet service with focus on Jesus' 7 last words or 7 last statements from the cross. And so we'll have different speakers speak for 4 or 5 minutes on each of those with some readings in between, some hymns in between, some quiet in between, and have a chance to reflect on that really powerful 3 or 4 hours of Jesus' life. And then Saturday is kind of a quiet day in one sense because it's between Good Friday and Easter, but we do have a service in the evening at 5:30 that will kind of carry us from the grave to the resurrection in the span of about an hour. And then earlier in the day at 10 o'clock, an Easter egg hunt for kids and folks in the neighborhood and in the community. So that at 10, but then the service at 5:30, and then sunrise service at 7, regular services at 8, 9:30, and 11 on Easter morning. So,
and that's one of those that's one of those holidays that is just, we usually go to the sunrise service.
Yeah.
Sometimes the sun rises, sometimes it rains. I don't know, but it's just, it's Easter. That's
Easter.
what we do.
That's right.
And then there's usually wonderful music at these services. So.
Yummy breakfast.
Oh, the yummy breakfast too. So you don't have to be a member. No. You can just come if you're looking. I mean, what a great weekend.
There's that theme, come to worship and eat.
Yeah,
perfect.
And then they do take donations, right? And that goes toward the usually the canoe trip. Is that for the youth or?
I believe so.
Lots of wonderful things that Bethel does for the youth and for all the members, but that's every Easter there's always. Okay, so you get through, that's a big time. So what else is coming up? We want to make sure we touch on, because I know even though it's April, we're looking at May and June and July.
June, summer's not far behind.
No, it's right there.
It's crazy. Yep. Regular kind of stuff in terms of weekends through the rest of the spring. I would say the next big thing for us is going to be our rummage sale. That's going to happen the weekend of the 17th, 18th, I believe, of June.
Okay.
That weekend there.
You go to Bethel Lutheran Church.com. Sorry, it should be on there, right? I'm not sorry, but it should be on there.
It should be on there, yep.
Just want to make sure you're looking if you can.
Exactly. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a Friday and Saturday, rather. It's 2 day.
Now, you've been here for one of the rummage sales.
Yep.
Isn't it an unbelievable? I mean, it never seemed to work into my schedule. A couple of years ago, we were able to be part of it, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable if you can be part of it. And it's working, but it's also fellowship, it's just, and people line up.
They do. And there's something in literally, other than the staff offices, there's something to buy in every room on the ground floor in the campus.
Do you have any idea how long is the rummage? Because I know that it started back with Barbara Blackford many years ago, and she's been gone many years, but Any idea?
No.
Because I know it's been every year. I know it's a major.
A long time. Yeah.
But they do big things.
They do very well, and it's just a wonderful opportunity, partly to get rid of things from our family and our garage, make room,
Right.
but it's also it's a community experience too, and we see people every year, both who are helping, but then
Right.
people who come, hey, good to see you again.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it's a nice
And there's food.
food.
There is food.
What a surprise!
There is food,
Yeah.
yes, there is food. And you know what? We got on the screen Jennifer Johnson, that's me. You can certainly call me, and I'll be happy to connect you to the right people, 317-513-6823. And JenniferToTheRescue.com is my website. But we're talking to Pastor Al Schoonover with Bethel Lutheran Church, and his email is up there, Pastor Al, you can tell him, but at BethelLutheranChurch.com. And the rummage sale will be here, and be planning for next year's already, but
Yep.
definitely go on the website and check that out. What else is going on?
The last week in June is always Vacation Bible School Week, and so that's a great experience for kids anywhere from preschool up till 6th grade for sure, and then often the junior high and high school kids help. And we choose to do it in an evening environment. So we'll start Sunday night, and then go Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night, and so then be done on Thursday. So from approximately 6 o'clock to about 8:30 each night that week. Fun week. Just good activities for the kids and the families to participate in, and a nice selection of different places, different categories, different activity areas. So
Is
the kids
there-
aren't just sitting in a classroom
Right.
kind of experience. It's very active.
Is
very,
there a theme for this year that you're aware of?
there is, and
and
I
I
should
don't
know
know.
what it is,
Yeah.
but I don't.
But you could go to the website,
That's
Bethel
right.
Lutheran
It's
Church.
there.
I'm sure it's there. So what else you got? Anything else? I mean,
Well, the older kids are going to Boundary Waters in July, but summer is so short that it feels like we just get into it and then we're out of it,
I
and
know.
kids are back in school in August. So, and then the other big thing would be kind of the start up of the fall rhythm in first weekend there after Labor Day.
So if you go to BethelLutheranChurch.com, you will probably find everything plus more.
Yep.
Because I know when Leanne was here last month, she was talking about preschool
Sure.
sign, and it was like for the fall already.
Yep. Registration's
But
open.
That's
Yep.
exactly. So I mean, there's so much going on, and the rummage sale.
Mm-hmm.
End of June, or not the end of June, middle of June.
Middle of June.
The specific dates, the VBS, the actual, probably the, whatever the program is,
The
but
theme, yeah.
the theme, that's right. So anything else? I know I always try to leave with a positive note, and now you guys are coming with a Bible verse because I've been asking so much.
We've been forewarned. That's right.
You know what? I just think it's kind of like, it's really nice to know who the people are that are part of Bethel, and then what Bible. I mean, Leanne came the last couple times with her
Sure.
Bible verse already, and I didn't
Sure.
even have to ask. Do you have
Well,
one?
my big focus right now, getting ready for next week and all, is from Isaiah 53, how he was crushed for our iniquities and bruised for our sin. So just very aware of that and the power of that for our lives.
Very cool. And you know what? If you just come and visit Bethel for one of these, or all of these things, you don't have to pick and choose. You can come and join us. And I know I'm not suggesting they join, but I know over the years it always surprised me how many people were like permanent visitors. They really enjoy what we're what Bethel, and we all have stories that, like my son going to Bible school with a neighbor and being so excited that he invited, the whole family ended up, and we joined. I mean, we were fairly new to Indiana,
Sure.
almost 20 years ago, no longer, but it's just these neat stories that can be told
Yeah.
over and over again.
Well, and the thing I appreciate about Bethel in terms of that membership idea is
Yeah.
it's not really crucial.
Right,
In fact, we'd
exactly.
almost rather not have members, because membership can connote a sense of entitlement or a sense of I pay my dues and so I belong, and we don't want people who just belong. We want people who participate.
Right.
And so if folks are disciples and are really kind of seeking and searching and curious, that's the key thing. That's the main thing.
That's very cool. That's a good way to end, I think. I'll just say thank you, and I guess we want to plug one more time, Bold and Sassy.
You know?
Bold and Sassy. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know if I qualify for either one, but Bold and Sassy Salon.
both.
Am I? Okay. Brenda will be very happy to talk to you at 317-501-0572. And we just thank you for coming, and
pleasure.
we'll be looking forward to hopefully we'll see you before another 18 months goes by.
Good plan.
It's kind of fun to he's been busy though. He's been really busy, and I'm glad that things are going well. We're always happy to see you. So we go a lot of Saturday nights. It works out.
Yeah, it's nice.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we will see you next month on what's going on at Bethel Lutheran Church. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day, and happy Easter.
Bye-bye.